regarding the features of planning and even the importance. So coming to the first feature, so goal oriented. So goal oriented, maybe the goals may be short term, medium term or long term. So depending on like short term or medium term or long term, we go for which like what specific objectives to be defined with the help of plan. So here the first one is goal oriented. So here planning is directing towards achieving specific objective. So I want to achieve 70% of profit in this year. So what is my objective? 70%. So in which time period? In 1 year. So what is that goal? It comes under short term. So less than 1 year, we can say that it comes under short term. When the term period is more than 5 years, then we'll go for long term. So now for this year, I was expecting 70% of profits. Means this objective will come under short term goal. So, but this serve has the basis for all planning activities. Without clear goals, planning lacks direction and purpose. My goal is clear. What is it? That in this year, I have to obtain 70%. Means my goal is clear. So, in this year, I want 70% of profit in my organization. So, if there is no direction, so how to obtain the 70%? If the management is not giving a direction to the employees and even the management is not providing the resources to the employees, then obviously we cannot achieve the objectives or we cannot achieve the goals, right? So first there should be clear goals, and after providing the clear goals, then the direction to be provided, maybe showing the path or maybe like giving optimum resources to the employees how to achieve that goal. And purpose. What is the purpose? Why the organization is providing resources? Because to obtain 70% of profit. By providing qualitative resources to the employees, then employees will be capable to produce this output what the management is expecting. So that is the first feature, that is goal oriented. So each and every organization has some goal or objectives. To achieve these objectives, planning is mandatory, or we can say that planning plays a very crucial role for achieving goals. And coming to the second one, that is future oriented. So we can say that future is like uncertain. So what will happen tomorrow, we even don't know, but up to some extent we can guess that, right? So here planning is concerned with future events and outcomes. It involves forecasting and anticipating future trends, opportunities and challenges to develop strategies that will enable the organization to adapt and thrive in changing circumstances. Here, future events and outcomes. Suppose there is a product that has been launched by the organization. So, like after 1 month, the sales are becoming less. So, what is the reason behind this? So, some research has to be done. So, after research, the information has been given that maybe the quality is very low and even the price is very high. So, depending on these outcome, again the organization has to go for production by improving the quality and reducing the cost. That is future oriented. So, future is like unpredictable. So, what will happen in the future we cannot know, but up to some extent we can gather the information regarding the trends through the external market. So, external market plays a very important role in planning. So, this is the second feature, that is future oriented. And coming to the third, so systematic process. So, we cannot plan like blindly. So, it has some process which we have to follow. The first one is goal setting. So, already we have discussed. So, before going for any like profitable or non-profitable, compulsory we should have some objective. So, first we have to set the objective. So, after setting the objective, so we have to do the environmental analysis. So, here environmental is nothing but external environment. So, due to the technology, what the different changes that has been done in the market, and next is strategy formulation. So, depending on this external environment, so we have to form the strategy. So, which type of strategy we have to play, which type of procedure and which type of policy we have to obtain, and we have to formulate some policies and procedures depending on that implementation of planning. Next, monitoring and evaluation. This structured process ensures that aspects of planning are thoroughly considered and executed. So, first, goal has been set, that is objective has been clear. So, after that, environmental analysis. So, in analysis, it has came to know that we have to improve our technology. So, we have to improve the skills of our employees. So, now we are updating our technology, and we are improving the skills of the employees by providing some training and development programs. So after that, what the strategy? So depending on the external market, so now we are forming a strategy and we are adapting a new method, and after that we are implementing. So now we are going to the production process with the new technology and with improved skills of the employees. So we have to frequently monitor and evaluate where there is any deviation between the expected and actual. If you are expecting any deviation among like actual and expected, then we have to take the corrective steps. So this is nothing but systematic process, means planning cannot be done blindly. So even for planning, we have to follow some steps, then only planning is clear cut. And coming to the next feature, that is planning is a primary function of management. So without planning, we cannot go for organizing, we cannot go for controlling, and we cannot go for direction. So planning is a primary function of like management. So in this, all management functions are performed within the framework of the plans drawn. This planning precedes other functions. So without planning, we cannot go for the other managerial functions. So planning plays a very important role in each and every organization to obtain the primary objective, or we can say that to achieve the objectives of the organization. And coming to the next one, that is planning is pervasive. So pervasive is nothing but it is available, or we can see that each and every level planning is required. So here planning is pervasive is nothing but in organization there are many departments. So irrespective of the departments, each and every department has their own planning, and they have like each like they have their own strategies, and depending on the planning, the implementation process different in each and every department. So here top level, middle level and lowest level. So top level management will plan only regarding like policies and procedures, and they take they plan for the organization as a whole, like to how to increase the profits and what the framework of policies and rules and regulations. So financial budgeting. So these all planning will be done by top management. Well, coming to the middle level management, so these middle level management will take care under each and every department. So these persons are responsible for assigning or allocating responsible works to the different employees. So they have different planning. So how to allocate the work, how the work to be completed within the span of time. And coming to the lowest level, so these lowest level people have a planning regarding like operational activities. So operational activities is nothing but day-to-day activity. Suppose the employee is working for 8 hours. So in these 8 hours, what is the work that has to be done by this employee? What kind of work the employee has been completed? Which type of work he has been doing? So all this comes under operational activities. Means each and every level, each and every manager has a different type of planning to for the whole organization, and even for department to department. That is nothing but planning is pervasive. It is nothing but each and every level, each and every type has a planning. And coming to the next one, planning is continuous. So here planning is continuous is nothing but it is not for a specific period of time. So already like we have achieved the objective, like I have attained 70% of profit in this year. So I cannot stop planning. So for the next year, I am coming with the new objective that I have to achieve 80% of profit. Otherwise, I have to increase my sales. So here up to whenever the organization is there, the planning has to continue. So yeah, plans are prepared for specific period of time. Maybe it is a month, maybe a quarter or a year. So at the end of the period, the need for new plan to be drawn on the basis of new requirements and future conditions. Now suppose your exams has been completed and you have obtained like 90% of marks. Is the planning has been completed? No, right? Again you have to plan for your second semester. So here planning is continuous up to when the organization is there. So up to that you have to plan continuously. Maybe it is a month, maybe it is a quarter, maybe it is a 6 months, and maybe it is a year. So coming to the next one, planning involves decision making. So without planning, we cannot take a decision. So these two terms are interrelated with each other. So decision making is a part of planning. So planning provides a framework for decision making by offering alternatives and evaluating their potential outcomes. Managers can analyze different courses of action, access their feasibility and make informed decisions based on available information and organization goals. So already we have discussed planning and decision making are both are interrelated terms. So without planning, we cannot make the decision. Without decision, we cannot make for planning. So planning is like what to do, where to do, and how to do. So here decision making is a part of planning. So if you are making a decision to choose this alternative, so we have 5 to 6 alternatives. So among these 5 to 6 alternatives, we are choosing a one best one. So that is nothing but decision. So why we are doing this decision? To achieve the objective and for the feasibility, that is courses of action that need to be taken for their feasibility. So planning involves decision making. And coming to the next, participative. So here participative is nothing but, so we have like different types of leadership styles. So we have like 3 types of leadership styles. The first one is like autocratic, democratic, and participative. So here participative is nothing but when the management is going to take some decision, so at some perspectives, we have to take the ideas and opinions from the employees. That is nothing but participative type of style. So in this, effective planning involves the participation of stakeholders at different levels of the organization. Maybe it is a top level, maybe it is a middle level, or maybe it is a low level. So here, each and every employee has to like give their opinions and ideas to achieve the objective. So if this participative style has been obtained by the management, at that perspective, the employees will be treated as that like family members, or they can treat it that like their opinions are considered, right? So by engaging employees, managers can gather diverse perspectives. Means each and every employee cannot give the same idea, right? So here each and every employee have like different opinions, different ideas. So depending on these different perspectives, what is the best suitable to achieve this objective? So if the idea is very much like similar to achieve the objective at that particular time, that idea can be adaptable. So enhance commitment and foster ownership of the planning process and outcomes. So here participative means each and every employee, irrespective of the different levels, they have to participate to express their opinions to achieve how to achieve the objective. That is nothing but participative. So here, so these are the we can say that these are the different steps already that we have discussed. The first one is roadmap for achieving organizational objectives. So planning provides a roadmap like how to do this. So after like going for production, so where we want to purchase the raw material, after the raw material has been purchased, what type of procedure we have to obtain. So after obtaining the procedure, what type of strategy we have to obtain for marketing the product. Means it is a roadmap. Next, optimizes resource utilization means how optimally you can utilize your resources. So without planning, it cannot be solved. And next is manages risk. So in future, suppose the technology is outdated. So how to update this technology means we are managing or mitigating the risk with the help of planning. Enhances coordination. So coordination among the employees or maybe like among management and employees. So without coordination, planning will not work. Facilitates decision making. So already we have discussed that decision making is a part of planning. So without planning, decision making is not possible. So without decision making, planning is not possible. So motivates employees and ensures long-term sustainability. So if you want to be in the market for a long run, so compulsory we want planning, that is long-term sustainability.